Hey guys, so I've kind of been stuck in like a creative rut lately. I'm kind of bored of all my cut creases and all of that. So I feel like doing some kind of like editorial-ish gold sparkly look with like tears and all that. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I don't feel like doing cut crease. I don't feel like doing any kind of smoky eye. I just feel like a lot of gold, a lot of sparkle. So I'm gonna be using my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is matte and poreless in the shade 220. And never pour out the right amount of foundation, ever. You'd think after wearing makeup since like freshman year of high school I would know by now, but I don't. So in my last video, I used the Maybelline Fit Me as the Dewy and Smooth formula, but that one, it looked horrible on my skin when I wore it out in public. Like after an hour or two, you could see all my pores and all the pigment was just attaching to all the like dry patches on my skin. It just looked horrible. So I returned that. I'm sticking back to my tried and true. This foundation has never failed me. I wore this for prom senior year and my skin looked freaking amazing. I'm wearing this cute shirt today. Bought it and I haven't had anywhere to wear it yet. So I'm just gonna wear it sitting in my house at 10 p.m. doing my makeup. And because I'm sitting at home, I'm not gonna worry too much about blending this down to my neck because nobody's gonna clock me for it. So with that, I'm gonna be applying concealer. This is just a Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is in the shade Sand. And this is just to brighten up my skin because besides my breakouts, I don't have any extreme redness or discoloration on my skin. And I'm pretty lucky for that. I don't have to worry too much about like color correcting or like covering up any dark spots or anything. Since my skin is pretty even, it's just like I get pimples every once in a while. So with that, I do have some pimples down here that I want to cover. So for that, I'm going to be using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and this one is a more matte formula. So with it being matte, it's not going to be like sliding around everywhere. This is the shade Light 18. And I'm just going to set that with the Coty Airspun powder. This is translucent. If I don't set under my eyes all that concealer, like in 20 minutes, that shit gone. I've noticed that under my eyes lately has been pretty dry, so I'm not gonna put too much powder down there because I don't want to make my skin worse. Around my mouth. And then my big ass forehead. I like to put on powder with a wet sponge. I find that it just kind of lays it down better and it blends it into my skin more. Because when you use a dry sponge, you pat it on and it just like stays there. I'm gonna do my eyebrows today with the ColourPop. I think this is the Precision Brow Gel. This is in the color Blonde Moment, which I don't think this is Blonde. What the fuck is Blonde? This is Blonde. Blonde? I've never heard of her. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eyebrow and fix whatever the fuck is going on here. So now that I look a little less like a hooligan, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend them out with a spoolie. Does anyone else have like a bald spot in their eyebrow where pigment just like doesn't attach? Because I'm drawing in my eyebrows in this one part, it just doesn't want to be filled in. So then on top of that, I'm just gonna put on the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. This is the shade Light Brown. Just gonna brush it up and through my brow hairs. My dogs won't fucking stop barking. I like to focus this on the front of my brows because when all the hairs are going up and in the same direction, I just think it looks really nice. And I do want to clean up like around the edges of my eyebrows. I'm going to take the ColourPop No Filter Concealer and just go around the edges just to kind of sharpen them up. Just going to take it on my brush and go around my eyebrows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it all the way across to my other eyebrow as well and create like a concealer unibrow. This helps to just make sure my eyebrows are even, or as even as they can be. It just serves as like a visual guide to make sure that they're even, and they're still not even, but that's fine. Then just blend that out. It also works as like a really good brow bone highlight. I'm not a big fan of highlighting my brow bone. You guys notice in a lot of my makeup looks, I don't really highlight my brow bone. I just don't care about my brow bone. I don't think it looks particularly nice or ugly. I just don't really do it. Then I'm just gonna do that again with the top of my eyebrow. Why won't my animals shut up? Wesley, shut the fuck up! Just gonna take my sponge, go around the edges. I wanted these eyebrows to be light and they just look like my regular Instagram eyebrows because I have no sense of self-control. Milo, shut up! I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Oh, it's like liquidy, like separated. Oh well, I'm still gonna use it. I'm just gonna put this everywhere because I'm planning on having this kind of a mess of gold eyeshadow all over me. So I'm just gonna put it everywhere. I'm gonna extend it out to like the ends of my eyebrows as well. I'm gonna take my Zula palette by Juvia's Place. I'm gonna take this yellow shade on like a flat shader brush. I'm just gonna pack that onto my lid. I'm gonna bring it all the way to my inner corner as well. I'm literally just gonna go from inner corner to outer corner with this yellow shade. So with that, I'm going to the same yellow shade, just on like a fluffy brush. I'm just gonna blend out the edges into my crease. I want it to be a really strong pop of color, so I'm just kind of blending it almost up into my brow bone as well. I'm just gonna really spread out that color so it looks really blown out on top of my eyes. So like I said, just kind of bring it up to your brow bone even. Just really blow out the color. I'm gonna go back to the same palette and I'm gonna take a little bit of this orange. I'm gonna blend that into like the outer part of my eye, just a little bit. I don't want this to be an orange eye look. I just want to give the yellow a little bit more depth. I'm gonna bring this up a little higher than I normally would as well. Almost into my crease. Just kind of blend that over to the middle part of my crease. So as I get higher up to my eye, I'm actually using like the teensiest little bit of pressure. I'm not pushing down into my eye, just kind of lightly hovering the brush over. It's like my natural instinct to do a smoky eye, but I'm trying to break that habit right now. Not do it smoky today. Can my dog just like shut up for like 3 seconds? I'm gonna go into the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter. This is the famous one in the shade Trophy Wife. I'm just gonna go in with my finger. I'm gonna lay it onto my lid. And what I'm gonna do with this, I'm actually gonna bring it almost into my crease. I really like this color because it gives like a wet look to your eyes almost. I'm actually gonna bring it onto the outer corner of my eyes as well on top of that orange. This isn't even an eyeshadow, but it's my favorite eyeshadow. It just looks so good. This is literally the best investment of my life. I'm gonna use that same fluffy brush again and just blend out the top edges. What this is gonna do is just spread out the glitter particles a little better, just so that it doesn't look like a block of glitter and then your crease color. And then with this tiny little brush here, I'm gonna go into this orange right here and just line my lower lash line. I'm gonna start on the outside. So once I get about halfway, I'm gonna switch over to that yellow shade in the same palette. Starting from the inside, make my way to the orange, just so that those two colors meet. And then just kind of blend them together. I'm gonna bring this a little bit further down my eye. And the same on my other eye, yellow in the inner corner. I'm really gonna smoke out that inner corner. So I don't want it to look like a chunk of yellow. Just kind of blend that out. And then the orange on the outer corner, make my way in. Just gonna go back into Trophy Wife. Just gonna take it on that little shader brush. I'm gonna pack this onto my inner corners. I'm gonna go in with my finger, just blend out the edges of that. Just kind of spread out the glitter a little bit more. I mean, if it looks messy, it looks messy. That's kind of what we're going for today. Just gonna contour my face a little bit with the Lorac Pro Contour Kit. I don't want my contour to look like a solid line, so I'm really gonna blend this out because some of y'all bitches don't do that. It's called beat your face for a reason, okay? You're supposed to beat your face so it blends. A little bit on my temples because your girl's got a big forehead. Good thing I have bangs. I'm not gonna put on blush today, but I do want to wear some highlighter. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the color Wisp. I'm just gonna take my finger because I find that that's the best way to apply these. I'm just gonna pat it on along my cheekbone. And then up towards my brow bone as well. I'm trying to look dewy, so I'm really packing this stuff on. You don't want to bring it like past your outer corner, otherwise your whole face looks shiny and like not in a good way. And I find that it kind of drags your face down if it's past the outer corner of your eye, so I'm not gonna do that. I don't like to rub it in, otherwise it kind of messes up my foundation. Ooh. And then what I like to do, this is just like a fan brush that I always use for highlighting. I'm just kind of pack it in there. Then I'm just gonna brush this over. I find that this really like condenses it all together. I don't know what the scientific term for any of this is, but it just looks nicer. Put a little bit on my nose, a little right here, wherever this part of my face is called. Cupid's bow. And then my chin, because I like to look shiny. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit above my brow bone, just so that it like catches the light. I like to go from the arch of my eyebrow and then just straight up. Just literally anywhere in this area, just go straight up. This technique right here looks so nice on like a warm like summer day. I know we're in the dead of winter right now, but when I'm like sweaty and I have highlighter on and then I've got this shit going on above here, oh, looks nice. So now that I look like a Krispy Kreme donut, I'm gonna start working on my face paint. For this look, I really want some like yellow, like kind of gold tears running down. So I'm gonna do, this is the Mayron Paradise Paint 8-pan palette. I'm gonna go into this yellow shade, place it down. So it's just like a drop of paint. And then I'm gonna take some more water. So my dogs decided to not shut up, but what I'm doing here is dabbing a drop of face paint underneath my eye, and then I'm just using my brush to drag it down to create the tear shape. But also I like to place a dot of paint, then go back with some extra water on my brush so that it naturally drips down for me. But this can be a little messy, as you can see, because I'm trying to clean it up with a cotton pad right here. And then of course you just want all of that to dry before you start putting the eyeshadows on. And then going back into the orange shade from the Zulu palette, I'm just placing that along the outer half of my lower lash line just to give the tears a little bit more shadow and so that they're not just this bright yellow underneath my eyes. I'm gonna go into the original Naked palette. I'm gonna use the gold shade Half Baked. I'm just gonna go and put that along my inner corner and kind of the front of some of these beginning drops. So I'm going in the inner corner and then I'm just dragging them down just a little bit just so that the tears aren't like this harsh yellow. Then I'm gonna go back into Trophy Wipe. Kind of layer that on top of the colors that we have already. I've lost some intensity on my lid over time from like all the blending and all the smudging and stuff, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of Trophy Wipe back on my finger and just pat it on. We're not going for an extremely precise look here. I'm gonna take the ColourPop gel liner in the color Swerve. It's gonna line my upper waterline. Just gonna go ahead and apply some lashes. Don't feel bad if you've been applying makeup for a while and you still can't put on lashes, because I still can't put on lashes. I don't want to line my eyes particularly. I don't want to line my eyes particularly for this look, but I'm just gonna go into my inner corner just so that it blends into my eyelashes. This is just the NYX matte liquid liner. Gonna curl my eyelashes. No. We're just gonna wipe that off, maybe. Great, that's just what I needed. Eyeliner just smudged, which is exactly what I didn't want. Pro tip, wait more than like 2 seconds after applying liquid eyeliner to go ahead and curl your lashes. This is a disaster. I'm just gonna cover it with some more Trophy Wipe. It's like it never even happened. This is my favorite mascara. This is a Maybelline Rocket. 1, because it's cheap. 2, because it's waterproof, so it actually keeps my tiny little stubby Asian lashes up. 3, it actually works really well. I find that it really lengthens my lashes. Makes them look all nice and pretty. I was wearing this mascara one time. I was like so tired. I was like half asleep. I was dead tired. So Anthony, my boyfriend, was like trying to be nice and help me take off my makeup. And I was wearing this mascara and he had tried to rip off my eyelashes thinking that I was wearing fake eyelashes. So I'm half asleep and I'll wake up to him tugging at my actual like real eyelashes because he thought I was wearing fake ones. Like, thank you for being sweet, but no thank you to try to rip off my eyelashes. And then what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna go back into this liquid eyeliner and I'm gonna draw some eyelashes on the bottom of my eyes. And then just along my bottom lash line, I'm just gonna draw some lines. Whenever I do this, I get a lot of compliments. But your eyelashes look so nice. I'm like, thanks, I drew them on. I'm gonna take this Milani lipstick. This is in the color Bahama Beige. I actually feel like I'm missing just a little something something under my eyes. I'm gonna take this Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow. This is in the color Smoky Storm. This comes with a really cool applicator, so I'm just gonna put some onto the back of my hand. This is like a kind of coppery glitter shade. I'm just gonna put this along my inner corners and kind of pat it down along my tears. I'm using this because it has like the bigger glitter particles, so it looks really cool and it catches the light. Actually, I'm gonna pat a little bit and then just kind of spread that out. This doesn't spread as nicely as I hoped it would, but it still looks nice. So with that, I am gonna go back to Trophy Wipe because I just freaking love this. Just gonna put it on top because this glitter is a little more cool toned than I wanted it to be. So I'm just gonna go back in with some gold, kind of layer on top of it and give the glitter like a gold sheen. So back to my lips, I'm gonna go into the Wet n Wild Color Icon lip gloss. This is in the color Moxie Brown. It's like this really nice, like kind of brownish gold shade. Just gonna go over my lips. I'm really gonna pack this on because I love the look of like super wet, glossy lips for these kind of like outside of the box looks. Then you already know it. I'm gonna go back into Trophy Wife a little bit on my finger. I'm just gonna pat it along my lower lip. Just a little bit. So then after that, this step is not optional. You take your gold crown, you put it on. You take your $7 gold crown from some sketchy Chinese website, you stick it on your head, and you call it a day. This crown does not go with this shirt, but I think it goes with this look, so I don't care. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this look. I've been in kind of like a creative rut lately, so I really like this like all over kind of gold look. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.